As the lights are lighting up for the 2016 Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's underway, taking a really tight inside line. We're going to force Alonso out, and 3 abreast. It looks like Alonso's run off, and I think he's taken Sebastian Vettel with him. Second DRS zone, and it looks like, Ricciardo got a bit out of shape there. Bottas is going to try and make a move, and we're going to try and get past both of them. Bottas is finally going to make a move, but we're coming out of the pits, and I think somehow we haven't been jumped in the pits because of Pascal Wehrlein. And here's what brought out the safety car. Sainz had a right rear puncture. That's it. And unless we can get past Kimi Raikkonen right now, I do not see how we're going to do it. Raikkonen has been dominant this race. He's got the grippier tyres, and no, we just couldn't do it. Here we are with Sebastian Vettel, and he retired just as the safety car came in. And he's got a massive engine blow up. There was no reason for the safety car to be brought out. No incident, nothing. So Hamilton in 9th, I'm in, and then as engine smoke, that is Lewis Hamilton with an engine failure. Going to slide down the inside of Fernando Alonso, a replica of the first lap. And it looks like, Bottas and Rosberg are coming into the pits. I mean, a few laps ago I was in 13th place, I'm in 3rd. How lucky have I got? 2nd, I mean, that was someone in the pits. Raikkonen's in the pits. This isn't a podium decided on race pace. This is a podium decided on strategy and just basically common sense.
This is Formula One.
Right then guys, it's PSL here, and today I'm here for part 11 in my F1 2016 Williams career mode, and we're here at the Hockenheimring for the German Grand Prix. Now, as we can see, Mercedes have brought a downforce upgrade, which is the last thing we need really when we've got Hamilton and Rosberg both chasing us for the championship lead. And what that means is Mercedes have now got the quickest car once again. Red Bull did have the quickest car. Apparently, it didn't really seem to be the case, but apparently they did, but no. Now Mercedes have once again got the quickest car on the field, or in the field. And we're just doing practice, the standard practice programs, track acclimatization, this one is. Just the standard stuff. I have now got enough resource points to be able to bring an upgrade for the next Grand Prix, so that will be good. But anyway, it's on to the qualifying report. Qualifying at the Hockenheimring was business as usual during the first 18 minutes. Renault and Sauber will be sharing the back 2 rows for the Grand Prix, with the 2 Manners of Rio Haryanto and Pascal Wehrlein on the 3rd to last row of the grid. Q2 was again much the same, with Haas faring the worst in this session, with Gutierrez in 16th and his teammate only 2 positions ahead of him. Hülkenberg qualified in between both Haas, with Kvyat in 13th, Perez in 12th, and Sainz, the last driver to be eliminated, in 11th. Meanwhile, Nathan Quinn and Max Verstappen both narrowly avoided elimination, but made it into Q3 on the soft tyres. And that should give them an advantage on race strategy over the rest of those in the top 10. Speaking of which, the top 10 ended up like this. Podium finisher from the previous Grand Prix, Fernando Alonso, will line up in 10th and alongside Valtteri Bottas. 2 of the most experienced Formula 1 drivers on the grid, Jenson Button and Kimi Raikkonen, will make up the 4th row. Lewis Hamilton will start the Grand Prix in 6th, which is alongside Max Verstappen and directly behind his German teammate. Sebastian Vettel will start his home Grand Prix in 3rd, while surprisingly no German driver made it onto the front row. This is because Nathan Quinn for Williams took 2nd, whilst Daniel Ricciardo will lead the field down into turn 1 for the 2016 German Grand Prix. Right then, so here we are on the race strategy screen, and as always, is a 2-stop strategy starting on the 2nd softest tyres. So all in all, things are actually looking pretty good for me this Grand Prix. Well, in the long run certainly, because I've got the tyre advantage in the long run over Ricciardo, Vettel, everyone in the top 10 actually, apart from Max Verstappen. And Verstappen's 3 places behind me, I believe, so all in all, things are looking pretty good, and I've got extremely lucky the past few Grand Prix. If that luck can carry on into this Grand Prix, then well, I'll be home and dry essentially, as the lights are lighting up for the 2016 German Grand Prix, and it's underway, and it looks like no real starts to talk about there, although Vettel seems to be dropping back a bit. So because of that, I think I'll easily be able to hold on to second place, and yes, I have. Ricciardo, unsurprisingly, if the grippier tyres, has been able to maintain his lead, but now we're going to try and see if we can use slipstream going onto this long back straight. Now there's a Mercedes in third, so Vettel really did get off to a poor start actually, and we're going to see, I mean, Ricciardo's quite a way ahead. He got a really decent launch using those grippier tyres, and I think we are just slightly too far back, but yes we are, but you know, we caught up a lot. I mean, bearing in mind, you know, we saw how far back we were, you know, going into the second corner. The fact we've been able to catch up that much on straight line speed alone is really good. So here's what happened to Sebastian Vettel. So not the best of launches, not terrible, but unfortunately there's Nico Rosberg, who got off to a better launch, got the inside line. So Vettel's down to 4th, but that's not it for him, because he will drop down another place. You might have seen it at the back of the shot when I was trying to pass, or, you know, thinking about trying to pass Ricciardo. So Vettel, you know, we know the Ferrari's a quick car, it's got, you know, a decent straight line speed performance, but unfortunately the Mercedes is ever better. You can see in Vettel's right wing mirror that Lewis Hamilton is right there, and there you go. So Hamilton was able to dive it up the inside of Sebastian Vettel, and that's how Vettel dropped down from 3rd to 5th. So, you know, with that sort of pace, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about Vettel anymore. It's just really Ricciardo, both Mercedes, and then later on down the line, maybe I'll have to worry about Verstappen. But obviously, you know, he's quite far back, you know, in the field. But, you know, lap 4, we've now got DRS on Daniel Ricciardo. We saw how much quicker we were than him without DRS, and with DRS, it is a foregone conclusion. So that's us up into first place, assuming we don't lose it there. No, we haven't. We locked up, but we're just about able to maintain first place. So it's ourselves leading from Ricciardo, Hamilton, Rosberg, and Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton from 3rd place is coming into the pits. This is at the end of lap 4, so, you know, really early, but of course, you know, the possibility is there for him to get an undercut on everyone, so it's not a stupid strategy by any means. There's also a Ferrari coming in there, and Lewis Hamilton, he's fitted on the super soft tyres, which isn't what I was expecting. He might have to do quite a few stops with that, unless he fits on the mediums. I mean, who knows really. But anyway, there's still this constant battle going on between me and Daniel Ricciardo. It didn't stop when I passed Ricciardo, because I'm quicker down here, and as you can see, Ricciardo's got DRS, but he's not catching up. And, you know, I'm quicker down the straights, but with the soft tyres, and he's got the super softs, round the corners, it was difficult to pull away from him. As you can see, I mean, he's just caught right up there, but then there wasn't any straight line speed in his car to be able to get by. So it was almost like the Monaco situation for him, where, you know, I mean, in Monaco it's difficult to overtake because you can't get by, and it was the same sort of situation here, where he was clearly quicker but couldn't get by. Ricciardo comes into the pits and he fits on the super soft tyres, much like Lewis Hamilton did, and I think that seems to be something quite a few people are doing. There's Max Verstappen now, so I mean, of course, he's in 2nd place because everyone else on the super soft has pitted, but he's going to pit in from 2nd place. I still haven't yet, so I'm trying to take the tyres as far as possible, but now that Verstappen's pitted, I'm going to have to be wary of him, because I mean, even at this point, he was about 4 or 5 seconds behind me. But, and you know, so if on those fresher tyres, they're soft tyres, on those fresher tyres he could jump me. But look at the train that he's joining behind. That's a train. I mean, there's Saubers in there, there's a Haas, but there's also Ferraris, Mercedes. You know, so that is yeah, that's gonna be a difficult train for Verstappen to overcome. And that could also be my saving grace. I mean, you know, I've dropped down to 2nd place because both Force Indias started on the medium, so they really are going far into this race. But we're in 5th place. There goes by Verline and Gutierrez. Verline once again leading a train. We've actually crossed the white line. So I'm just trying to look behind, because I wasn't aware of this train at the time, and I just thought, how on earth has this happened? I mean, you know, I've emerged behind Sebastian Vettel, ahead of Hamilton, but I'm also behind Rosberg and Ricciardo. I think, I mean, it's just like Hungary. There was a massive train, and you know, same here. There's a long train being headed by Pascal Wehrlein. We're going to get past Sebastian Vettel purely because such a tight corner, so many cars, they were bunching up. It was almost like Lowe's hairpin. Lots of comparisons to a Monaco Grand Prix, actually. But I mean, you know, the sort of thing happened in, I think, the Australian Grand Prix and the Spanish one, where the top teams pitted so early they got stuck behind the back markers. And there's a Sauber that's coming into the pit, so most of that train has cleared, and that's going to launch Nico Rosberg, but he's still got Esteban Gutierrez in the way. There's also Daniel Ricciardo. They're going to try and make a move going into the first corner, going side by side. They've actually forced each other out wide, and I think that could enable me to get past both of them, and this is essentially for the race lead. So, you know, I was able to use DRS there, force him to the outside, and there you go, taken 4th place. So, you know, we've just got to get past Gutierrez, then it's both Force Indias who are doing a very, very different strategy. And, but yeah, aside from that, I'm basically in first place once again. And again, I have to thank Pascal Wehrlein, much like in Hungary. But there's Daniel Ricciardo. That came out of nowhere. Daniel Ricciardo up into 4th place, so now he's in the effective race lead. Of course, he's got the super soft tyres, you know. He's still got that tyre advantage on me that he's had the entire Grand Prix. But now look, he's stuck up behind Esteban Gutierrez, cannot get by, not through the stadium section, he certainly can't. And we're going to capitalise on this, we're going to get past Daniel Ricciardo while Gutierrez was slowing down to go into the pits. And we look behind, there's Max Verstappen, there's someone I didn't think we'd have to worry about for quite a while, but because of the train he's been able to catch up. And Daniel Ricciardo is nowhere to be seen. I think Ricciardo was slowing down with Gutierrez to go into the pits. Who knows really, but lap 14, Hulkenberg has still not come into the pits. I mean, we just lost a part of our front wing and the back of Hulkenberg. That's how slowly they're going. That's how slow and worn those tyres are. I'm amazed he's still out there. He is coming into the pits right now. But you know, the Force Indias, they are doing me a service. Because I only need to do one more stop. Well, that's the plan, to do one more stop on the medium tyres. So the Force Indias right now, they're showing me how far they can go. Perez is in the pits. He did 15 laps. That is useful information, 15 laps. So if I can pit on lap 19, I should make it to the end, although I will be going extremely slowly. I mean, never mind going slowly, you know, in 15 laps time. Let's mind about going slowly right now, because we got Max Verstappen, who's a little bit more adventurous in his overtaking than Daniel Ricciardo was. He also seems to have a setup which is much more suited for straight line speed than his teammate, and he's going to cruise on by. And, you know, Max Verstappen, this is not just an effective race lead he's taken away from me. He's doing the same strategy as me. This is basically the race lead. So, you know, Verstappen's the one I cannot let pass me on track. So we're going to, you know, lap 17, halfway into this race, we're going to try and get DRS on him, because I have to repass him. He's the one guy who I cannot let, you know, overtake me out on track. Carlos Sainz is out of the race. I've just been able to get by Max Verstappen, and as soon as I get by, the field's frozen. Safety car is out because of Carlos Sainz. So I do have to thank Carlos Sainz. He retired, well, the safety car was brought out just as I passed Verstappen. So Carlos Sainz, engine failure. How predictable. Look, I'm not even joking, I mean, this game, maybe it's just my career mode, but the Ferrari engine always blows up. You know, Sainz, Kvyat, Grosjean, Vettel, they've all had at least one engine failure. I think Grosjean's had 2, Sainz has had 2 or 3, Kvyat's had 1, Vettel's had loads. But we're coming into the pits now, you know, to see if we can do a different strategy. And Verstappen has ghosted through me in the pits, which seems a little bit unfair. I was going slow in the pits to not, you know, to not go faster than the safety car Delta. And then, it doesn't really matter anyway, to be fair, because Verstappen would have jumped me in the pits because I got my front wing replaced, because I lost that on the back of a very slow-moving Nico Hulkenberg. Speaking of which, he has got by there. So we're in 5th place. Verstappen is ahead of me, and assuming he's doing the same strategy as me, you know, I mean, and he is, because, as you can see, he's fitted on the medium tyres, so essentially I'm in 2nd place. Perez and Hulkenberg are going to have to come into the pits again. Rosberg definitely will, but look at Harriento in 11th. I don't know when he put on those medium tyres, but you know, he's in 11th, just ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. So at the moment, Rio Harriento might be in like an essential 3rd place, because he hasn't. Well, I mean, you know, he needs to. He might not need to stop again. It depends if he's doing the same thing as me and Verstappen. But the safety cars have come in, and there's Rosberg who's got by Sergio Perez, so Perez is down into 2nd place. He's now easy meat for Max Verstappen, who's going to get by and get into second place. This is not good. The last thing I need is for Max Verstappen to drive away into the sunset. I need to catch up to him and pass him as soon as possible. So, you know, I'm in 5th place. We've got to get by Hulkenberg, then Perez, and then Max Verstappen. So we're going to go 4 abreast into this tight hairpin. This is not going to work, and no, it hasn't. I have rear-ended Max Verstappen, lost a good chunk of my front wing. I've got past Hulkenberg. I think I might get past Perez, which is, you know, I mean, fantastic. I mean, but just look at the lock we're trying to put in, and I've just been able to keep it on the track. Got by Perez, but that's not really going to help. I was struggling to match the pace of Verstappen anyway. Now that I've lost a part of my front wing, that might be game over. A replay of it, and yeah, just going down into the hairpin, it was just sloppy for me. It really was. I think I was trying to desperately get past the Force Indias and didn't. It was weird. I mean, Verstappen ghosted past me. I assumed I could ghost past him. That's basically it, really. But I don't know. Apparently, the laws of physics don't apply to regular driver of the day Max Verstappen, but no, regardless anyway, Verstappen's doing a brilliant job, and he is essentially leading the race because Rosberg's on the super softs, and Daniel Kvyat has now had an engine blow up. The Ferrari engine is so unreliable in this game. Kvyat had one in Australia, the first race of the season. Sainz had a blow up here and in Russia at least. Vettel's had loads over the course of the season. That Ferrari engine is, you know, they need to sort that out, really, Ferrari do. But, lap 22, not a great deal's happened. I mean, Nico Rosberg's in the pits. I'm a good few seconds behind Max Verstappen. That front wing, I don't know whether I could have kept up to Verstappen with all of my front wing intact, but I certainly can't with part of it missing. But, I mean, essentially, unless Haryanto catches up to me, at the moment, I don't see how I'm going to lose second place. I mean, because look, here's 3rd and 4th, Button and Perez. They're coming into the pit, so their soft tyres definitely can't do the distance. So yeah, I mean, that goes back to my point. Unless Haryanto or Ricciardo catches up, I really can't lose second place. And I don't see Haryanto catching up to me. But Haryanto didn't catch up to me. Daniel Ricciardo did, though. And, you know, I mean, we've only got a few laps left of the race, but Daniel Ricciardo, his car is perfectly intact. And he's got DRS, and he's been able to make this move once before, but he cannot do it here. But we've still got several laps left to go. And these medium tyres, I don't know how Ricciardo's faring on them, but I know how I'm faring on them, and that is not brilliantly, to be honest. Max Verstappen, he's not faring too well either, but he's been able to pull out way ahead of me. He's coming into the pits. Max Verstappen, who is guaranteed the race win, he clearly feels these medium tyres will not make it to the end, so he's coming into the pits. That has gifted me the race lead, and, you know, potentially the race win if I can keep Ricciardo behind me. And here we are with Daniel Ricciardo, so he's still behind me. He's coming into the pits now. So, how can I lose first? How can I lose now, unless Haryanto really does come back? You know, I mean, who's next? I mean, now both Red Bulls have pitted. I don't even know who is next in line to catch up to me. It's Nico Rosberg. But look who's behind Nico Rosberg. That is Max Verstappen. He fitted on the super soft tyres, and he is going like a bat out of hell right now. And, you know, I mean, it was nice having Ricciardo behind me, because he really did struggle to overtake me. Nico Rosberg, he can quite easily overtake me, especially as his tyres are newer. They've got more grip. He's in the grippier car. Well, just a better car, really, in every sense of the word. 3 abreast, going down into the tight hairpin, and I think we know who's going to lose out on this. It is me. I've gone from 1st to 3rd. Verstappen has taken the lead off of Rosberg. And in fact, Verstappen and Rosberg, they're still battling for the lead, so Rosberg could yet take it off of Verstappen. They slowed each other down. We could actually take the lead back off of Verstappen. We have to dive it up his inside, and no, we just couldn't make that work. But I think we've taken 2nd place off of Nico Rosberg. There's only 2 and a bit laps left to go at this point. Verstappen, wow, I mean, my medium tyres are dead at this point. I can completely sympathise with why Verstappen pitted. I would love to have done, but I would have dropped so far back. I mean, right now I'm dicing with Nico Rosberg. There's a chance I could overtake him. If I pitted, there's no way I would have beaten him. And we're going to get DRS on him. So, I mean, look, 2nd place is certainly not out of the question. Because, you know, the straight line speed this car has got, and DRS, it's just so much better than a Mercedes without DRS, as quick as the Mercedes is. And we're going to take second place from Nico Rosberg, unless he gets a better drive out of the corner. I don't see him though. Oh no, there he is. He has got the better drive out of the corner with, you know, with that increased downforce that Mercedes brought to this Grand Prix, and the grippier tyres he's got, because Rosberg's mediums are 5 laps newer, possibly, about that. But Sebastian Vettel's a way back. I mean, he started the race directly behind me. He's going to end the race directly behind me, but nowhere near me in reality. And one little glitch you'll notice is on the map, the track map. Verstappen's race dot isn't there. It hasn't been there for at least half the race. So Verstappen's won the race, Nico Rosberg's going to take second, and I'm just about, on some really battered and bruised medium tyres, I'm going to claw third place from this German Grand Prix. I mean, you know, maybe my streak of luck has ended, really. My streak of luck has. I mean, I wasn't unlucky this race, but well, I mean, to be honest, the thing that ruined this race for me was losing my front wing, and that was entirely my fault. So, Max Verstappen, there you go, with his first place trophy. Rosberg second, me in third, and yeah, I mean, third place. I mean, still, you know, we're keeping up our streak of podiums. I don't know. I think I've had a podium every race since Canada, at least. What was the race before that? Monaco. Oh no, I definitely didn't get a podium in Monaco. Actually, in Monaco was the last time actually me and Verstappen really clashed on track, actually. Yeah, so there you go. Race results: Verstappen from Rosberg, me, Vettel, Perez, Alonso, Bottas, who was anonymous this race, Ricciardo all the way down in 8th. So, I mean, considering where he was at the start of the race, Ricciardo had a mare of a race. And then, yeah, the only 2 cars to retire were the 2 Toro Rossos using the Ferrari engine. And I've noticed it's just something with my career mode that the Ferrari engine is unreliable. Nico Rosberg slightly caught up to me in the championship, but apart from that, not really a great deal to say. I mean, Verstappen's moved up to 4th, so his championship charges. Well, I mean, he's the next nearest guy to me, apart from the Mercedes drivers. Constructors Championship, nothing really to report. I mean, Williams are still within a shout of taking the Constructors Championship, but I'm going to need Bottas to up his game, because this race, where did he finish? 7th? I don't really know, but he was nowhere this race. And finally, it's about time, considering we're the championship leader. We completely smashed Bottas throughout most of the season, apart from Australia and Monaco. We have been the better driver. The team are finally going to make us the first driver, which is going to give us a bonus in resource points after every race weekend. And yeah, it's about time that Claire Williams, as we can see her there, is recognising my achievements. But anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you next time for the Belgian Grand Prix. So I'll see you then.